Welcome to Sociology 323, Human Sexuality. I like to start the semester with a short little online tutorial that goes over the most important aspects of the syllabus so that you're familiar with the course. I want you to know how it's organized and what my expectations are regarding your class attendance and assignments. So I've highlighted the most important aspects of the syllabus and we'll be talking briefly about the most important points. We'll be meeting in DA 209B from 5:30 till 8:15 on Wednesday nights. The best way to communicate with me if you need to is via my email, suzannehopf@louisville.edu. I prefer that you only use your EDU email to communicate with me because sometimes we have to communicate about issues that are covered by the educational privacy laws, and the only way that I can assure I'm talking to a specific person is if you use your University of Louisville email. Also, sometimes my email spam filters out non-louisville.edu emails. So if you don't hear back from me, you need to make sure that you were messaging me through your louisville.edu address. One of the most important things about this course is that you pick up a copy of the course pack. It's available at Gray's Bookstore, that's on 4th Street. It has the lecture notes for the semester and also a handout in it that's really important. Don't delay purchasing it because you're going to need the lecture notes and materials to succeed in the course, and you'll need them to study for the first quiz. It's important to bring your course packet to every class. The course pack contains lecture notes for every lecture, and if you don't bring it to class, you're going to fall severely behind as we go through the lecture. You'll have 4 quizzes during this semester, each that's worth 15% of the final grade. Your lowest quiz grade will be dropped. You need to plan on taking all 4 quizzes even though we're going to drop the lowest grade, because if you don't take a quiz early in the term and you later miss a quiz, you may not be allowed a makeup. So it's important to plan on taking all 4 quizzes. At the end of the semester, your final grade is going to be calculated using the formula that's in the syllabus. Each of your quizzes is worth 15% with your lowest score dropped. So all 3 quizzes that are going to count towards your final grade are worth 45% of your grade. Your class participation and attendance will be weighed at 10% of your grade. There's an initial assignment called the Informal Association Test. That's worth 5% of your grade. There's a final reflection worksheet that's due at the very end of the semester. That's worth 5% of your grade. There's also a current events blog that is due within the first couple of months of the semester, worth 5%. There's a big group assignment that's due towards the end of the semester, and it's a group wiki. That's worth 20% of your grade. I'll talk more about that later on in the semester. There's an end of semester presentation that your wiki group will do in class, and that's done on the second to last day of the semester. That's worth 5% of your grade. And then the last day that we meet together, or our last actual class together, will be concept mapping, where we'll work together as a group, and that's worth 5% of the grade as well. I also have a very strict cell phone and electronic device policy. I don't allow the use of cell phones, iPads, laptops, or any other electronic devices during class. If you feel like you need to take a phone call during class, you're welcome to put your cell phone on vibrate and step out to take the call. I don't have problems with students who come in late to class. I don't have problems with students who need to leave early for class. If you need to step out of class, that's fine by me. But I do have a very strict in-class policy that does not allow the use of any kinds of electronic devices. If I do catch you using an electronic device during class, I'll stop class and discuss it with you. If you feel like you need to use a laptop computer for whatever reason, before using it, I ask that you discuss the use of it with me so we can determine why that it's needed. Your assignments are also subject to be running through SafeAssign. SafeAssign is a plagiarism detection policy that the university subscribes to. So if anybody has written something that you're turning in and submitting as your own work, whether it's something that's been published on the internet or even if it's an assignment that somebody else has turned in during a different term at a different university or college, and it's in the Safe Assign database, it will get flagged as being plagiarized and tell me which parts of it has been plagiarized. So please be very aware of that and be sure that anything you turn in for your own assignment has actually been written by you. So in section 9, I list out the assignments that are due throughout the semester. I also ask that you make sure that you only send me Word documents. Do not send me a WordPerfect document because it can be very difficult to open. If you don't have Word on your computer, then you can save your assignment as a rich text file and send me the rich text file instead. Do not submit any of your assignments through email. They all need to be placed in the drop boxes that are provided for you in Blackboard. I list also in the syllabus the dates to be aware of, when your assignments are due, and also generally when the quiz is open, when the quiz is closed, so you can mark that in your calendar. And then finally, at the end of the syllabus is the tentative schedule of topics, reading, quizzes, assignments, and these are all subject to modification if there's some sort of an emergency and class has to be canceled. But this will be, unless there's any types of revisions, the schedule that we're following, so that you understand that the topics that we're going to cover on January 6th, the first day of class, is introduction, social construction, and essentialism. By January 13th, we'll be discussing theoretical perspectives, and we'll be covering also the article Fathering, Class, and Gender. Now, it's very possible that the articles, we won't have time to discuss them during class, but you should have read the article and be ready to discuss them by January 13th. So your due dates for your assignments are also posted in the reading schedule as well. And then it's very important to take note of April 6th and April 13th, that we're going to be having in-class presentations and also concept mapping, and that in order to earn the 5% of your grade for those assignments, you have to be present during the entire class working on those assignments. So they're in-class assignments, and you must be sure that you can be present in class to earn those 5 percentage points towards your grade. So that's our short little 5-minute orientation, and I hope that you're able to review this before you come to class on Wednesday night. We can talk a little bit more about the syllabus towards the end of class, but this at least gets you familiar with how the course is organized and what the expectation levels are for the class. Important